Welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a freehand wrap crop top. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. To make this wrap top, you need 1 yard of material, your crepe light material. I'm going to be needing my bias and my elastic to make this wrap top. So after getting my material, the next step is to fold my material into two. The length for this crop top, I'm going to be using 18 inches. So first we are going to mark our neck width. So I'm going to mark 3 inches instead of 3.5. The half inches is going to, I'm going to use bias for it, so that's why I mark 3 inches. The next step is to mark out my neck. So I mark 7.5. So after marking it, I'm going to come down by 1 inch to mark my neck length. So after it, I'm just going to connect it. So this is for the back. We are going to cut the back first. This is the back. When making a wrap top, you are going to cut the back first because it's the back you use to cut out the front. So after that, at the neck side, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for our shoulder slope. So after coming back down by 1 inch, I'm going to mark my armhole length. I mark 8 inches, so I'm just going to connect those marked lines. So I'm connecting my slope, then after it I'm going to connect my armpit length. So you can see, sorry if this chalk is not showing well, I don't see any other chalk to use. If I use white, you won't be able to see it. So I just mark it, then I'll just connect my armhole. So after connecting my armhole, I'm going to mark my bust divided by 4. So my bust divided by 4, I got 9 inch. I'm going to mark 9 inch plus 1.5 inch allowance. That's for my sewing allowance and for my ease. So I'm going to sew it by 1 inch. So the half inch there is for my ease. I'm going to measure the length. I'm going to use 18. Like I said earlier, I'm using 18 inches for the length of this top. You can use from 1915 because it's a crop top. After that, I'm going to mark my waist measurement. So I'm going to mark my waist divided by 4. It will give me 7.5. Then after marking 7.5, I'm going to add 1.5 inch again. Then I'll just connect the line. So after connecting the line, I'm just going to pin it so it won't scatter. Then I'll cut out the mark area. You're just going to cut out carefully. To make this wrap top is very easy to make than using a pattern paper for it. So after cutting it, the next step is to cut out the front because this was the back that we just cut. So for the back front, I'm going to come out by 8 inches. That's for the wrap. You can come out by 8 inches, 10 inches, then later you can add rope to it. So for because my material is not that enough, I came out by 8 inches. So that's what I did there. Then I placed the back aside after the 8 inches. So after that, from the shoulder, I'm going to come down by 8 inches again. That's to where I want my wrap top to start from, like, because I don't want it to expose my bust to be showing or my cleavage. So that's what I did. I just mark out 8 inches and point it there. So I'm just going to do the same thing and mark my shoulder line, so the two of them will correspond. So after that, I'm just going to connect the two mark line together. I'm going to connect it together with my ruler. Then that's it. So now from that place that I mark my 8 inches, I'm going to connect it with a slant line or a curved line to get the V at the front. So like I'm just trying to indicate where the 8 is again. So what I'm just going to do is to just make a slant with my free hand. You can also use your ruler if you want to make a slant to the end of the dress. So you're not just going to come down you're not just going to come down slant like that. You're going to stay on that line and come out a little bit, because if you go really down, your crop top is going to be very open at the front. So you are just going to maintain that line and just come down a little bit. It's when you are getting to the down part, you just slant it way. So just watch what I'm doing, you understand. So after connecting it, I've gotten the slant I want. I'm just going to pin the fabric together so it won't scatter or shift. So after that, I'm just going to cut out from the down parts, like the mark area. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut it out. I'll first of all trace the back first, then I'll raise it up. You can see I've adjusted. I'll raise it up and cut out the slant part. And yeah, our crop top is almost ready. So that's it. This down part is where you're going to add your rope, the place I just measured 3 inches. So this is how the back looks like, and I want to show you how the front looks like. So this is the crop top. This is one part of your wrap top. Then you're just going to place it together. So the next step now is to pin both the front and back and sew the neck and the side. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it right face facing right face like this. I'm just going to pin it. So after that, that's what I got. I'm just going to pin it. I'm going to take it to my machine and sew the neck. Then I'm going to shape it. At this side, I'm going to use my bias to turn it to the right side. Instead of turning my bias to the wrong side, I went ahead to turn it at the right side. I just want that design. You can see it after sewing it. This is what I got. This is how it looks like. You can see our crop top is almost ready. So this is how my top looks like. It's just a design I wanted the bias to be at the front, and that's why I flip it over. You can make your bias to turn back too. So I went ahead to cut out a long stripe for my rope that I will untie the crop top. So I went ahead and so this how it looks like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use it to gather this edge side, that's the mouth of the front. I'm just going to flip it. Just look at what I'm doing. I'm just going to flip it, then I'll sew it and turn it over. So that's what I'm going to do. So after that, we are going to measure 1 yard by 10 inches for our puff sleeve. So I'm making a short hand, so I'm just going to fold it and add my elastic to it and fix the hand, and that's all for the top. The wrap top is ready, and this is what we have. It's very easy to make. You can make this in under 30 minutes. So this is what it looks like. So look at what I was trying to show you, that if you put the rope, that's how it's going to look like. My wrap top is looking so fine. I cannot wait for you to recreate yours. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, tell people more about my channel. See you in my next class. Recreate yours. You can rock this with a skirt, with a high waist trouser skirt. So fine. You can even create this with a plain material if you want. You must not use a color material for your crop top. See you in my next class. Bye. I'm the face stage.